big thing we talked about pretty much every episode on our regular Chief Concern show and the post-game show is the special teams blunders. And they continued again this week. You got the missed field goal, you missed PAT, which, the Dustin Colquitt, Tommy Townsend drama. Colquitt called out Tommy's holds. Today's, you could argue it was the holds on Tommy, or the blocking was atrocious too on the play where the kick before halftime that got tipped. It looked like so I don't think it was a hold necessarily, but that's special teams too. The blocking looked atrocious, and then Kadarius Toney not muffing a punt but fumbling the punt return. It's just like every week there's a new thing to point at for the special teams, and it's like and we've had teams like this in the past where the teams who are awful on special teams, those are the teams that don't even make the playoffs. Those are 5-11, 5-12, 4-13 type teams. And we're a good team, and we're having these special teams issues. And it's like, what's going on? I mean, what is it? Every week we try to figure out what it is on special teams, but what is it? What do you think, Lance? Because every week it's something else.
Look, I think considering the fact that the Chiefs have had so much influx with their roster this offseason, I think the defense has around 5 or 6 guys starting that are rookies or young players. The offense has a lot of young guys that are playing big roles. Special teams, same thing. The difference is you're seeing the adjustments being made on both the offense and defensive side because that's praise to the coaching. You see Andy Reid, Steve Spagnuolo make the necessary adjustments, and their defense and their offense plays better because of it. So this is going to come down to me, to Dave Toe. What's he doing? What changes are he making? I know that our guy JD has said multiple times on the show that when there are blunders on special teams and they're continuous, you have to make changes. Okay, well, the Chiefs are running out of players to interchange or to change out in those positions. So what is the coaching staff doing to get these guys in a better mindset? Because at this point, the Chiefs don't really have many more choices. Kadarius Toney, at this time without McCole Hardman, it would be the most reliable asset back there, and he's putting the ball on the ground. And it's to me, honestly, Marcus, the punt returning stuff is not even my biggest concern right now. My biggest concern when it comes to special teams is what you mentioned first and foremost, is that Butker and these guys still can't. They continue to leave points on the board, even when Butker hasn't been there. We look back at the Colts game. I remember how difficult of a game that was for us to talk about on this show, when the Chiefs left several points on the board, man, multiple missed field goals, multiple PATs, just blunder after blunder, and they lose that game by 3 points to a team they had no business losing to. This is the same type of game today, and the Chiefs found a way to pull it out, granted, but they left 4 damn points on the board, man, and that doesn't even include Kadarius Toney putting the Broncos within the 20-yard line in the very next play. Russell Wilson turns the clock back 7 years. He rushes the ball in for his first of his 2 touchdowns, and it's an unnecessarily close game because of special teams blunders. We talk about how the 3 phases matter so much, and honestly equally, because especially the offense could have been great today, defense could have been great today, but if the special teams puts the ball on the ground and they keep missing kicks, the Chiefs can still lose games. And as you're getting closer to the postseason, this is not something you can afford to be dealing with. And when it's a season-long problem, like I said, dating back to week 2, week 3, the Chiefs are dealing with this all the way to now, this is something that we should legitimately be concerned about. I'm not saying that the Chiefs are going to lose because of it, but if it does happen, would it honestly shock any of us? Because it would not shock me at all, man. Leaving points on the board against a Joe Burrow or a Josh Allen or a Lamar Jackson or even a Justin Herbert cannot happen, man, because those guys will make you pay.
Yeah, because you forget about obviously the turnovers. That's awful. In our -5 going into this game today, and I think we came out. We had 2 turnovers. They had 2 turnovers, so still -5. You talk about just the turnovers aspect, but then you talk about the leading the points in the field. It's like we're going to be competing with Buffalo, Cincinnati, the teams that we can't afford to. We can't afford to have drive stall out and go for field goals anyway. But if we are going to have that happen, let's make our kicks. And you talk about the missing PATs. That hurts us more than anything else. We go to a shootout with Burrow or Josh Allen. We're getting 6. They're getting 7. That's going to bite us in the ass. But the special teams aspect, every week people want to talk about play calling being shitty. They want to talk about defense bags, not being able to ring up a good enough defense against these other teams we're playing. But then it's just special teams that I think consistently throughout this year, it's just been atrocious. And actually, you go starting back with the Indianapolis game, which was our first post-game show we had together. That was the first game where it was like, yep, special teams is going to be an issue this year. Yep. Rough. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.